नमो वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकान्त राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञाते म्रान्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते मधुसूदनाय बापूजी नामिने नमस्ते मधुसूदनाय भक्तिपाद प्रियाय ते दुर्लभ कृष्ण भक्ति अति सरलकारिणे। So Hare Krishna. Today we will pick up with the Bhagavad Gita after the Nirjal Ekadashi Kathas. So over here in 3.37, last week we left off at 3.36, where Arjuna asked Krishna that why is one, that by what is one actually impelled to commit sins as if they are doing it unwillingly. So Krishna is responding that why are people from inside like it is they have this propensity to just commit sinful activities. And it is as if they are being forced against their will, against their nature. They cannot control it. So over here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is all devouring, sinful enemy of this world. So we hear Krishna is saying that when any living entity, right, when they come, once they are born and they're in contact with this material mode of passion, right, then our love for Krishna that we have inside, that becomes transformed into lust, right? So the sense that we have for Krishna, all of that love, because when we were a living entity in that supreme abode, in that Golokdham, we were filled with that love. And that whole love gets transformed immediately as soon as it comes in touch with this material creation. This is not easy for our small material minds to understand. Because you will say that if I have that love, where did it go? What was that love? Why don't I remember it? Because all of that goes away when we come into this material creation, right? Just as when, right, milk, when we put yogurt in it, it becomes transformed into yogurt, right? Similarly, when our souls come in contact with this material creation, then it becomes transformed from that pure love for Krishna into lusty desires. And now, once it's transformed into these lusty desires, all of that love for Krishna, from yogurt, how do we get back milk? We cannot. So that's where our spiritual master comes and shows us that path. And they actually make the impossible possible. They come and they show us the path by which we can start reigniting, start remembering our love for Krishna, and start again to that love which became dormant, which was sleeping, which was lost. They enable us to find it and to awaken it. And then, once you start awakening that love for Krishna, what will happen? This whole desire to commit sins, all of this lust, that will start going down a little bit because your love for Krishna will start coming up. Because it is not that just how easily the love for Krishna was transformed into lusty desires in this material world, we wish that it was just that same way in the opposite direction. But now we have to work very hard because to transform this lust into love for Krishna can only happen with the mercy of Guru Maharaj and Krishna. When they shower their mercy, that dormant, sleeping love that for Krishna that we have within us starts becoming awakened. And you will start realizing that once you start walking on the path, right, even if new devotee, even if someone is new, even if they only have 1% love for Krishna, that desire to commit sins, that lusty desires, that also comes down by 1%. Because if the whole is 100% of lust and love, we start off at the very top, that we have 100% lust and we have zero love for Krishna. We just think that God is somewhere we go to fulfill our desires. Krishna, I want a new car, I want a new house, or hey Mata Rani, I will do your Jagran, I want a bigger house, I want a bigger car, right? I want a bigger bank balance, I want more money, I want my empire to grow. And if you give me this, I will do your Jagrata, or I will come and offer some mithai every week or some coconut every week. Right? That is not the true essence of why we go to God, to Krishna. And that is also not the true essence why we go to demigods. Today, let us understand that. Why do we go to the demigods? Why do we pray to Lord Ganesha? That Lord Ganesha that we are praying to, it is said that he himself is meditating on the lotus feet of Narsingadev. That's why Lord Ganesha is able to remove all obstacles. The gopis went to Ma Katyani. They fasted to please Ma Katyani. That why? That please bless us, Ma Katyani. That is Ma Durga. And how when we have Navratri, we fast. The gopis in Vrindavan fasted to please Ma Katyani, who was a demigod. Right, Ma Durga? To please Ma Durga. Why? So that they may be blessed with love for Krishna. Not that, oh, Ma Katyani, please give us a bigger house in Vrindavan. Ma Katyani, my husband does not listen to me. Please give me something by which he'll listen. Right? These days it has become a joke. People go to satsang, oh, that my wife doesn't talk to me properly or my husband doesn't talk to me properly. That's all they come and say. All of these are such small things that we're sitting and worrying about in this valuable human life. So, what should we pray for from the demigods? When we go to Lord Ganesha, when we go to Ma Durga, when we go to Lord Shiva, right? Anyone, even to Lord Hanuman, we pray that please give us one drop of love for Krishna within our heart. That should be our only prayer, not anything else. Because one who has love for Krishna within their heart is the richest person. You cannot even measure the wealth that that person has. And what does Krishna do for the devotees who develop that love for him? He does everything. It says Yogakshemam Vahamyam, that he protects what we have, right? And he provides what the devotee needs. He personally, it says, Krishna says that I personally provide. Just imagine Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that I never take sides. I am nirpaksh. I do not take sides at all. But as soon as one starts chanting Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna automatically becomes their friend and starts taking their side and starts helping them every step of the way. Just like he helped Arjuna at every step of the way. That's why the whole Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Otherwise, Arjuna had given up. His hands were trembling. He couldn't pick up his bow. Right? He had his mouth became dry, his hands began trembling, his legs began trembling. He could not think straight. And what did Krishna do? Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to him. He motivated him. So when we are facing any problems, any challenges like that, Krishna in many forms comes and motivates us and he helps us. See, this is the Kali Yuga. Krishna is not going to come down with his flute and Bansi is with his Bansi and peacock feather and more mukut, right? He's going to come down, he's going to manifest in forms that we cannot even imagine. Bapuji says that in fact, all of us would have come crossed paths with Krishna at least once, if not more, at a minimum. But we were unable to recognize him. Right? How beautiful that is, that Krishna personally is taking care of everything we need. He personally comes and helps us when we need something, personally comes and motivates us when we need something. We just need to learn to recognize him. That's why Bapuji says कि Krishna ko pehchano mat. Right? I mean, sorry, Krishna ko samjho mat. Do not understand that who is Krishna, what is Krishna, but rather Krishna ko pehchano. Learn to recognize. When someone smiles at you when you're having a bad day, learn to recognize that is Krishna. When someone says something very positive to motivate you, right? That is Krishna manifesting in his form to tell you, to get you up, to not give up. So over here, when we are born, our lust immediate all of our love for Krishna immediately turns into lust, and that is what, right, makes us perform all of these things. That's why sometimes we cannot even control ourselves. And this is Krishna is saying, which is the all devouring sinful enemy in this world. What is that? The mode of passion. And that keeps on growing and growing and growing. And that keeps increasing our propensity to perform sinful activities. Right? That is the biggest challenge that we have. That we are these conditioned souls. And over here, we have to fight this challenge every single day. We always have an option. Oh, should I do this? Maybe I can save $10. Maybe I can save $20. Maybe I can save $100, but that will be cheating. Remember that always think about this, that how will this seed that I'm or this action that I'm performing now come back in the future to me? And then it will stop you in your tracks. Because the whole process of karma, the karma yoga, this whole chapter itself is called karma yoga, right? That teaches us that whatever we do, we get the fruits of that. But now, once we start transforming this lusty desires, all of this mode of passion, into the mode of goodness, into love for Krishna, then what happens? Then they become spiritual love for Krishna. And then we will be engaging our senses in that way. It is not that we will not get upset, we will not get angry, we will not get, uh, we will not have desires or anything like that. But at that time, our desires will change. That, "Hey, Krishna, I want a bigger house for you so that you have a very nice big temple," right? Like how Lord Hanuman, he got so angry that he burned down the Lanka. Right? You will say that how did Hanuman get angry? He's a devotee. He should just have love for Lord Ram. Well, he does, but then we use that anger in the right way. We use the anger to help us get better, improve our chanting, improve our spiritual journey, to improve our seva. Right? So when all of these lust, anger, greed, right, all any wrath, anything, all of that, when we start using them for Krishna and in Krishna's service, then they all become positive. And when we use anything for Krishna, right, the result of that is always positive. So in that way, it is our nature. Just like if a person who is born left-handed, it is his nature to write with the left hand. We all, once, as soon as we take birth in this material world, we have the propensity to commit sins. But simply by chanting, by katha, kirtan, and simran, sorry, seva, simran, and satsang, right? All of these propensity to cheat, the propensity to commit sins, all of that comes down. And with that, then we can start using all of our senses, all of our lust, greed, passion, anger, anything in the service of Krishna. So, with that, we'll end here today, and then we'll continue tomorrow. We'll chant together Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Bihari Lal Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Hare Krishna.